Come on.
Hey friends, happy hump day. Happy hump day, friends. Happy hump day. It's Wednesday. We did it. This video is for the ladies. This video is for the ladies. And this video is for the zesty men who like men. Pretty much, this video is for people who like men or people who like masculine presenting bull dykes. Okay, everybody else, like on your way out or to give me the view, just put it on mute. I'm talking to a select few today. So I haven't been able to really watch reality TV in so long because, as I said in my other video, like, my life is lifing, right? I got responsibilities and churn and a full-time job and all that stuff, right? So I kind of get to put my earbuds in and just listen to people who watch the show, pretty much like Cliff Notes, right? And when I get home and I'm doing my little errands and cooking and stuff like that, I just listen. I like to watch, and I watch people's whole 2-3 hour videos and lives because I'm just constantly working, and a lot of them just talk where you don't really have to focus on on the screen, or if they put something up and I don't know who they is, I could just quickly look at the phone. But anyway, somebody I was watching, Gabor channel, and he was talking about Real Housewives of Potomac, and this video going to be a lot of glitchies and stuff like that because I'm having a cough attack that I did not have until I left my house, and that's probably because it is like damn near 50 degrees, and I think things are blooming in my area. So I'm not from this planet. So I have all 4 seasons of allergies, and spring and summer is the worst for me. So anywho, he was talking about the show, but that's not what I'm going to talk about today. I'm going to talk about how I realized to live comfortably middle class. Now, I'm middle class now, but it ain't comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Like, I still got a budget on certain things. And I want to take a family trip to, get them out of the country. But because my kids are not lap age no more, I got to buy seats for them. And that's like 4 extra trips. We talking like an extra, depending on the flight, like an extra $1,000 with taxes and fees just for some 5-year-olds who weigh under 40 pounds. So, I'm really contemplating, because when we went to Puerto Rico last time, it's 5 years ago, they were 4 months old. And I went off season. So I did that whole trip. I think I did that whole trip like under 1,500, under 17. I think it was 1,700. Like that's including the flight, the Airbnb, and we stayed for a week or 5 days, and a car, renting a car. So, now it's like 3,000 because I got an extra like $1,200 to $1,300 in flight, right? So, I got it. I just don't want to use it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I invest, and it's scary to invest because I'm of the pauper mindset. Like, I like to see the money in the savings account. I like to log on and look and just make sure it's there. You know what I'm saying? Like Scrooge McDuck used to like to just periodically go in his vault and swim in his money just to make sure it was there. That's me. I'm very Scrooge McDuckish. So I got it. I just don't want to use it. You know what I'm saying? And then with this new life change that was happening to me, update, it might not be so drastic. Things might work out because let's just say I know how to chop it up, screw it, and flip it. You know what I mean? I'm a chop and screw flip bitch. So when you think you got me, you got you. You know what I'm saying? I'll make you think. Anyway, let me not put out all my secrets out there, but let's just say your girl is good and she should have been a lawyer. But no one man should have all that power. And I can't guarantee I would use it all for good. You know what I'm saying? I'm very Lex Luthor. I'm very much the superhero. So my sun sign is Captain Save-A-Ho, superhero, but my moon sign is evil doer Megamind. You know what I'm saying? I'm the villain that somehow you just love and want to be around. You know what I'm saying? So I can't guarantee. That's why I won't go into politics, because I can't guarantee like this, big contractor is going to give me this endorsement and fly me out like a bad bitch. Very Clarence Thomas. That nigga and his white wife. They getting caught up taking these, donations. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, back to what I'm saying. So it might, I was in a little pickle, and I might be out the pickle. It's not set in stone yet. You guys will know by March 13th if the coast is clear for your girl. But anyway, I got it, but I don't want to spend it. But anyway, so to be comfortably middle class, going back to my original statement, the ADHD is ADHDing today. I need a 3-income household to be comfortably middle class. So I got some comments, and whoever commented publicly on my video, I hid it. It's still there. You and I could see it. But some people were very open, and I appreciate that. And I hid it because you're being vulnerable to me, and I know a lot of people are not sure how this works. I know I've brought some people to YouTube who pretty much watch the videos or whatever, or a music video here and there. What's it called? Vivo. But this is your first time interacting with a content creator. So I hid your comment. You and I could still see it, but I just hid it because, three of y'all were very vulnerable. And then, so, I'm going to say that a lot of you guys have children. Y'all in a single income household. Y'all just trying to make ends meet. And what the common synopsis was for all of us, I think this is the most money you have ever made. But somehow you're in the same situation you was when you started your adulthood journey, or you're worse off making the most money. So let me explain. So there was an article put out by this. I don't know how the algorithm tag my content page, but I get a lot of shit. That's probably because I'm the queen meme stealer. But I will like your meme, but I will steal it, and I'm not sharing it. I will screenshot it and crop it and make it my own, because that's it. If I feel you need to get credit, you need to get credit. But I need to build my shit. All my memes are mine, even if they stolen. That's what I said. I mean, borrowed, liberated, public. So then this news channel, probably LXQ something Texas, whatever, said millennials are scheduled to be the wealthiest generation in the history of the United States. Millennials. Now, I'm a Zennial. I'm an upper millennial, an older millennial. And I read the article and I wrote, this is very misleading, because yes, we dollar for dollar, we have the most dollars. Dollar for dollar, we have the most dollars. That's a fact. But the dollar ain't worth what the dollar was worth when my mother had a dollar. So they say, like, now in the 1960 something or whatever, if your salary was $30,000, that was equivalent to $130,000 now, a $30,000 salary. And then the ratio to income to houses were $5,000. So there was a ratio between the salary and the home, right? So if you make it $30,000 and your home was $5,000, right? Five times, so that's 6 times the price of the house, right? Now, you can even afford a house through 3 times that $130,000. So $130,000 times 3, right, is 1, 2, 3. So $390,000. Right? Is that math right? No. Sorry. Yes. 1, 2, 3. I'm trying to use my Common Core math because I gotta learn it for these goddamn kids, right? So 1, 2, 3. That's 300,000. 369. 390. Ew. Common Core is for all the kids coming up with being on the spectrum with autism. So we got to think different now because our food and water and all that smoke from Canada now are breeding different thinkers. So the math got to change. So anyway, so 390,000 for a $390,000 house. 130,000 would be enough if you had no debt. Y'all know that? Not a student loan, not a credit card, not a car payment, not even daycare expenses. Like all of that money got to come to you for you to qualify for that house. And good luck finding a house for 390,000. A house? No, you might get a 1-bedroom condo co-op somewhere if you lucky. Where I live. So you need another income. You need a spouse. You can't even get it. And then back then, you could buy a house 6 times your income on $30,000 with debt. So it's not the same. So I wrote all of that in my rebuttal to this thing. Like, you being misleading. Millennials are out here struggling. I know people, personally know people living in New York City making over $100,000, living in 10455, 10454 zip codes. Okay, not gentrification areas, because those areas are being gentrified very, very quickly. I'm not talking about those areas. I'm talking about 5-story walk-ups making $100,000. And their rent is more than what I pay for my mortgage. I know people paying $3,400 a month in rent for a 1-bedroom in the Bronx. And when they went to go buy a house, they could not. They could not afford a mortgage according to the mortgage people, they couldn't get a mortgage with the taxes for $3,000, but they're already paying $3,500 or $3,400 because their debt to income ratio is too high because they got student loans. Right? They got student loans, they got credit cards, they got a car note. But somehow they're able to pay $3,400, but the mortgage and the underwriters won't even approve them for a $600,000 mortgage in New York City because they can't live where I live because our taxes are too high. But if you live in New York City, property taxes are extremely low because New York City gets their money from income tax, not really property tax. So a $600,000 house now at this percentage rate, about 7.25%, that's low. If you get 7.25%, good for you. 7.25%, your mortgage is probably going to be about, and that's putting down 20%. You're putting down 20%. You're putting down 120 cash. That's not including closing costs. You putting down the 20%. You're putting down the 20%. And now for this person, people saying, and she got the down payment in cash. She got it. But she got student loan debt. She's a single mother of 2. She doesn't have any daycare expenses because they go to school, but they're well-rounded children. They play instruments and go swimming and all that stuff. So she got the 120 in cash, but she got denied for a mortgage by the underwriter, although she was pre-approved, because she got student loan debt. She got a car payment. And her debt to income ratio was too high because she got one income. And that nigga who was scheduled to pay her $80-something a month in child support for 2 kids, because he do construction. That nigga's driving around in a very expensive car, but he got a cash business. So on the books, he only make $15,000 a year. Right? So she can't even buy a house for them children. They still got to rent. Because of the system. And y'all gonna tell, and some of the comments I got was, well, she should go back and get another degree. Get another degree to incur more debt. Or should she use $20,000 to $20,000 or $30,000 of the cash she has for a down payment to go get another degree to get bumped maybe $10,000, $15,000? Because quiet as it's kept, jobs that require MBA in my area, I've seen pay $60,000. I'm sorry, not an MBA, masters. And they're pretty much social work jobs. And she's a licensed social worker. She already has a master's degree. She makes over $100,000. So yeah, okay, why don't she just leave and go down to Atlanta and buy a house? She has children. She can leave. You can't just pick up your kids and go without that nigga's permission, and he's not giving her permission to leave. She can't leave. She has to live in the tri-state area. Jersey's expensive unless she lives in Newark, and she'll never see that fucking car again because it's a Honda. Or Connecticut. Connecticut house prices might be low. Their taxes are fucking high. And then how she's going to commute? Because she works there where her kids go to school. Like I said, she doesn't have any child care expenses. So she's lucky enough to pick up her kids from school and take them back to the job and finish out her day. Who's picking up them kids in Connecticut? No. It's flooring to me that somebody who makes over $100,000 living in the Bronx can't even buy a house for $600,000, and it ain't even a big house. The house was in Wakefield. It was an attached on both sides house in Wakefield for $600,000, and it needed work, mind you. She couldn't get approved. So I say all this to say, this is my original point, for the women, we need to start learning the art of schmoozing, okay? Now, I'm talking for the 40 plus, because if you're under 40, I don't think you're there yet. I'm talking for my career girlies who might have a few churn, just a few. I'm saying this might work for 2. I don't know if this is going to work for 3. Somehow 2 is doable. 3 is you smashing a kid in the middle seat. And what if he got a kid? Y'all can't even take a family outing in a sedan, right? This might work for 2 churn. Don't matter how many daddies. 2 daddies, 1 daddy. No daddies. If you went and got some sperm, I need y'all to just mosey on in or hang out at these union meetings. Okay? I'm talking Teamsters, the MTA Drivers Union, CSCA, Transit Union. I need y'all to hang out or try to sneak your way into these union meetings. And I need you to find the seniors or the ones about to get out. They gonna be in the front. Okay, I'm talking about gray beard. You could tell the ones on their way out because they're gonna smell like Polo. They're gonna smell like Creed. They're gonna smell like Jean-Paul Gaultier. They're gonna smell like that. I need you to use your nose and go for these scents. Okay, find these scents. Now, if you smell anything, Ferragamo, no, they're too young. They still got like 10, 15 left in the union. I need you to find these classic smells. I need you to find, now you don't want to go too old. We're not talking about too old scents because these are already retired and they just go to support the union. They have shelved their card. They have retired, but they still go to support because the union was their whole life. They already got somebody. But I need you to smell the niggas on their way out. Okay? That's who you need to go for. If you 40, I need you to get a 60 or a 65. Okay? Because they've done their time. They went right out of high school. Okay? And they're about to do their time. They've already had 1 or 2 wives. They're already divorced. They've already had 1 or 2 wives. Right? The 5 years alimony is done. They're not paying her alimony no more. They really they probably got a couple kids in college or on their way out of college and they don't have to pay the child support no more. So that is pension money coming in. Okay, I need you to look out for these type of cars. Cadillac Escalade, regular Cadillac sedan, like the sportsy ones. Mercedes. If he got a BMW, no, he's probably Jamaican. That come with all kind of problems. He ain't finna marry you. Mercedes. Lexus. Those other established pension money cars you need to look out for. Okay? If it's the winter time and he is wearing corduroy denim kind of dress pants with a leather, not the shiny leather, like the hair leather coat with Sherpa, I need you to look out for that. Okay, I need you to look out at those types, right? The sneaker dress shoes, because he already has a schedule where he gets off of work at 3 o'clock. He had time to go home to shit, shower, and shave for this union meeting that starts at 7. I need you to look out for those men. And I need you to, right? We looking for niggas named John, Randy, Rodney. Cleophas might be too old. Vincent. Oh, girl, if you get a Vincent. Sink that teeth into that nigga. Right? Trevor. Give me some names. I need birthdays in the 70s. 60s, late 60s, early 70s birthdays. You might get away with a Raheem and a Jaheim, but you got to be careful, right? You might get those. Those might be okay, but those might have some baby mamas. Be on the lookout for those. But you get yourself a Trevor, a Vincent, a Rodney, a Randy. Let's go international. You get yourself a Jean-Louis, anything Jean. That's an old Haitian. Okay. You get a Jean, right? That's good. Now let's talk about the Latins. Let's not discriminate the Latins. John Carlos, Juan. Any blended name, stay away. Blended, not the two names. A blended name that sound like they're Dominican. No blended names where they took his mama and his daddy and put it together. Okay, we're not doing that. White guys, right? Again, white names. White daddies are fine too. Low key as is kept. You need to find yourself a white daddy. But I need you to hang out there. Also, look for the bull dykes. Bull dykes too. Same sense. Look for those. Sink your teeth into those. Learn to enjoy. And you don't even gotta munch the carpet, because 9 times out of 10, the bull dykes don't like that. They'll just munch you. They don't even need to be munched. They want to please you. They'll get theirs off because you got yours off. And I need you to really hone in on this 2-income household. Stop looking for your forever. You need your right now. Okay, you need your right now. Do not waste money on a big wedding. When I got married, it was $35 for the license, $30 for the license, $35 for the ceremony. That's all you need. Go get yourself a dress off the rack from David's Bridal. Or if you're a big girl, Lane Bryant sells $199 wedding dresses. Go get that. And hurry up and get the insurance waiver, because most companies have open enrollment twice a year, and they'll give you kind of like a stipend for having another insurance, because it saves them money. Okay. When I got married, they gave out the stipends in October and April, and I got married September. 3 days before October 1st, baby. Got that $1,500. Right. I need y'all to do that. So we're going to talk about, once you have established, I'm going to put a list of upcoming meetings in my area, union meetings. I'm going to put that in this video, but stay tuned for part 2. So once you're in there, what you need to do.